world, it's Linda from So What's New and Yarn too. Lots of yarn. In fact, the yarn, see, Yarnies, I talk about you first because you're on my mind. We have one that came in from Jody Long, I think, and it's called Snugaboo. And what's the name of that yarn you're working on?
It's called Snugaboo.
There you go. I was right. Snugaboo. And it's, where did we, down?
So you can tell it's very different looking from the other stitches, right?
Anyway, Snugaboo is around here somewhere. Oh, too much stuff. I'm going to show you too much stuff. I am just sure that's for real. It was fuzzy, but not horribly. Okay, that's the Encore. And that's the LRH Alpaca, chunky and regular. The Walkabout, and a whole pile of Malabrigo. I have to walk around. It's a whole tall thing. Now, it's a new, there it is. Of course, it's in our new arrivals. Does that not make sense? Here it is. Okay? And Olive is going to make a sample out of it. It's really neat. You can see it there. Okay. So it is a, what does it do? Oh, that would help, wouldn't it? So it's 277 yards and a 5 or a, okay, something happened. Yes, it said something about reconnecting. Anyway, and it has all sorts of colors. I think that, now I'm trying to decide, it is acrylic, 100% polyester, okay? So if you have allergies, you are all set. So the next thing that's happening, I will tell you now, if I can find it. Ah, there we go. Yes. So we got in, for those of you that don't like to eat your vegetables, and it's all because she didn't eat her vegetables. That's a song. I like fun songs like that. Anyway, this is it. Now, it just looks like beets and onions and chive and stuff like that. But when it came in, we wisely selected a solid to go with it that just said, Wahoo! This is called Sangria. Now tell me, isn't that Wahoo? I bet you're thinking it is Wahoo. So then you say, well, what kind of quilt am I going to make? And my perpetual square and 9 patch or square and 4 patch. This is a Fabric Cafe, and see, the big yellow things can be the beets, the veggies. And then you've got a 9 patch, which we thought would look great with these two. This is a very pale green, which kind of mimics this here. It's a yellowy, light yellowy green, and the Sangria. And ta-da! A wonderful quilt. So, if you want to talk to your kids about eating their vegetables, make them a quilt with all these vegetables on it. And if they were my sons, they'd go, eh! And then, now, they are avid vegetable eaters. One just has to be patient, I guess. We also, I just haven't priced them yet, but this is a Lori Holt bag that, it's a plastic, yeah, that looks good. It's a plastic bag. Okay, there we are. We have a Lori Holt plastic bags, and it's, plastic's the wrong word, but, and it's gusseted, so you got some depth to it. And then, long as we're talking about Fabric Cafe, we got this book in called Step It Up with 5-Yard Quilts. Because some people kind of get tired of just 3 yards because there isn't as much variation in color. Well, this has been sitting in my office, and I started cleaning out my office, and wasn't that a mistake, right? Because I found all these things, this thing here. So this was sitting on a chair in my office. I know if some of you have seen my office, you're saying, oh, really? Anyway, here's the 5th color. The 5th color is a brown. All right. It all started with this fabric. And yes, the red and the gold go, but the teal also works. So you don't want too much of the teal, I don't think. And we started trying to find a pattern that would go with all of these. And did I drop the book? There it is. Sorry, guys. Are you dizzy yet? There we are. So we decided these books are amazingly, they've gone up in price, but you get for $20, which nowadays some of the patterns are that price. So you get 8 patterns, 4 5-yard quilts, and we chose this one. Now we're going to make the floral where the dark is. We're going to do the red where this is. And then there are 2 colors which you can hardly see. There's a light color and a little a whitish and a, so one of those is going to be gold and one's going to be red. And then these flying geese are going to be brown. So this is a 5-yard quilt. And then that brown will be the border. And we are interested to see how this comes out, because everything's been 3-yard quilts and they tend to be much easier, you would think. But this doesn't look so bad. We were looking at others and we did, like this one appealed to me, but we couldn't figure how we'd arrange the colors. And now that you, right? Isn't that a neat? Okay. So that's the exciting stuff for the moment. I promise you more info on Stitch Nation. I got so taken up with setting up for Mystery 5.0 because you know that I had trouble setting up a web page and then a Facebook page. And I did something so now my Facebook page doesn't connect to my business page, and then I'm just not doing well. But nonetheless, we are still here. We will survive as long as I have 19-year-olds running around the store who can help me. Anyway, and Terry, off in Virginia. So, look forward to more information on Stitch Nation, which starts in September, and more information on Mystery 5.0, which I believe is also starting in September. We will be there. We are trying to make this better with our information through social media, which I have ignored. You know, I'm old. Just in case you didn't know. So, it's going to be, is it going to rain tomorrow?
Yes.
They promise rain. Wasn't that weird? Last night, apparently, there was that blood moon, bright red, perfect round circle. Peggy's even got pictures. And then I've got, there was that. It was a weird color for the last 3 days, which, of course, I didn't figure out was the Canadian wildflower. It takes me forever. I kept thinking, are we going to have a tornado? Because when there's a tornado, I used to live in Indiana, the sky kind of turns green. Okay. So, I want to wish you all a good weekend. Hopefully, I'll talk to you again. God willing, and the creek don't rise, as we say in Indiana. So, from all of us at So What's New and Yarn Too. Look for us stuff on our web. It's there. And Peggy is getting ready to say, she's hugging bolts.
Good night.
Good. All right, everybody. It's goodbye from us at So What's New and Yarn Too. Kathy had to get the last word in. Okay. Bye, everybody.